Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Kamish Orr, and today I've had a couple weeks to reflect, and I'll go into this saying I am a big Yankees fan. So some may say a little bias there, but I would put forth, and I'm going to try to prove it, if you will, that the Dodgers did not win the World Series this year. The Yankees lost the World Series this year. I'm not saying the Dodgers aren't a good team. I'm not saying the Dodgers aren't a better team than the Yankees even. But I'm just saying in this World Series, it was the Yankees who lost it. The Dodgers did not win it, if that makes sense. So, why do I say that? And be sure to sound off in the comments, those of you who happen to watch this video. I'd love to hear your comments in the down below. So why do I say that? A couple reasons. Number one, let's take a look at a key play in Game 1. Now, if we look at Game 1 and we look at the bottom of the 8th, we see that Edman started by grounding out to short for 1 out, followed by this play.
Lifts this ball to right center field. Soto on the run to the track. It's off the top of the wall. Ohtani's headed for second. Soto's throw not in time. The ball gets away. Ohtani takes third. 90 massive feet.
All right, so as we see there, Ohtani hit a double. And it was only because of shoddy defense. If you want to blame it on the throw, which is actually who the error was assigned to, was on the throw. Or if you want to blame it on the failure to catch that coming in. Either way, Ohtani took third base because of that sloppy play. Mookie Betts followed that by lining out to center. Had Ohtani still been on second, this would not have scored a run. And Freddie Freeman followed that by flying out to center. So, without that miscue, the Dodgers would not have scored a run in the bottom of the 8th inning. And had the Dodgers not scored a run in the bottom of the 8th, if we reconstruct this without that error, the Yankees could have won this game 2-1. I know that it's like a butterfly effect, and even if the Yankees would have made that play, it could have changed things. It could have changed pitchers because, of course, Weaver came in with Ohtani on third, and maybe they wouldn't have brought Weaver in if Ohtani was on second. And all those other things could have occurred. But if we simply reconstruct the game without that miscue, the Yankees take this one 2-1. They take Game 1 2-1. So the Dodgers go on to win games 2 and 3 with strong pitching and completely dominate the Yankees' offense. So they would have taken a 2-1 game lead there. Game 4, yes, they put in, it was a bullpen game, and they didn't put in their top-tier relievers into that game because, in actuality, they had a 3-0 lead. Now, had they only had a 2-1 lead, they could have brought in better pitching, but it was still going to be a bullpen game in Game 4. So even though the Yankees may not have won 11-4, I'd say the Yankees still had an advantage to win Game 4, which would have tied the series. And of course, we all know about Game 5, where the Yankees took a 5-0 lead into the top of the 5th. And again, once again, if we look at the 5th inning, we go down to the play-by-play and we look at the 5th inning, we can see that, yes, there was a leadoff single. And then Judge dropped an easy fly ball that he's never dropped before. Had he made that play, we would have 1 out and a man on first. And then that grounder to short, there would have never been a throw to third. And even if we assume that everybody would have been safe on that play, that would have put runners on first and second, and the next 2 batters struck out, which should have ended the inning. So, I know butterfly effect, that Cole could have been pitching differently if one of those plays had been made and he was still up 5-0, but he was cruising at that point. So he should have got out of inning 5 having allowed no runs. And had that been the case, the Yankees would have won this game 6-2 maybe. Again, I know things could have changed, but just removing one play, the Yankees could have won this game 6-2. That would have tied the series, that would have put the Yankees up 3-2 in the series, heading into LA, and it could have been anybody's ball game at that point, with the Yankees up 3-2. Now, for further evidence, everybody thinks the Dodgers dominated the Yankees, but as a team, they hit .206 in the World Series with a .296 on base and a .406 slugging for a .702 OPS. The Yankees, on the other hand, hit better. .212, .332, .412 with a .743 OPS. Home runs. Dodgers hit 7 home runs. Yankees hit 9. Stolen bases, even. If you want to talk about base running, Dodgers had 3 stolen bases. Yankees had 9 and didn't get caught. So, let's look at pitching. Dodgers had an ERA of 3.897, so 3.90. Yankees had an ERA of 3.74, slightly better. WHIP. Dodgers 1.4. Yankees 1.164. So the Yankees had better pitching. They had better offense by stats. Again, I know that all could have changed because a lot of that was inflated because of that bullpen game. But just the games and the plays that were made, the Yankees were a better offense and a better pitching team in the World Series. In fact, even with the errors, the Dodgers scored 25 runs and the Yankees scored 24. So almost the same number of runs despite all of the errors. So again, I'm not saying the Dodgers are a bad team. I'm not saying the Dodgers wouldn't have won the World Series otherwise. I'm just saying that the Dodgers really didn't win the World Series. The Yankees lost the World Series. So, that's what I'm putting forward. I haven't quite seen it broken down exactly that way. I know there's probably a lot of dissent on that opinion because, of course, the argument is that the Dodgers were good enough to take advantage of those errors. They were good enough to force the Yankees errors. through their base running and smart playing and that kind of thing. They exploited the Yankees' weakness of being a poorer fundamentals team, if you will. And again, I give Dodgers credit for winning the World Series, but even despite all that happened, it was really two plays that made the difference of the Dodgers winning 4-1 and the Yankees heading to LA up 3-2. And those two fall on the Yankees. The Yankees lost this one. Leave your comments down below. Love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a great evening.